Welcome back again, and in this video we'll be displaying data with tables. Yes, with tables. Yes. Okay, let's open our Visual Studio Code and let's get started. Okay, you have to give space here, and basically in the primitive stage of web development, tables are actually used to structure the contents, the elements we have on our web page, because we haven't styled it. This is just a blank. We are just trying to put content there, no styling, no CSS, no anything, no pictures and the likes. So you need to understand the concept of HTML table. So let's start. So you're gonna have table, you press your tab, you close it. Then in our table we should have table row, which is our TR. In our table row we're gonna have our table column. So in our table column, let me just say I just write okay, let me just say, okay, let me pick it this way. Table head, for instance, serial number. Okay, serial number. Then I have name, age, date of birth. Okay, let's have something like that. Name, let me just write full name. Let me just write age. Okay. Okay, age. Then I'm gonna have date of birth, DOB. Okay, so here when you check, okay, you can see, so I have the row and I can table another row. So that is my head. Let me just say the serial number 1. Then after that, the next row, table row, sorry, the next row, you're gonna have our table column, which will be the TD. I'm gonna have one here, another column, TD, that is let me say Michael. Okay, and another row, because we have 4 columns here, one row in a table. Then we have column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4. So in the next row, that is beneath after the serial number, you can see immediately it is after it. So we have, so let's put the age. Let me just say 20 years, for instance. So let me put the last one, date of birth. Let me just write 23/07 2014, for instance. So that's the so let me try to duplicate this. Should have something like this. Number 2, let me use another person's name. Let me just write show me Samuel. Okay, let me just put 40, just put 13/1/2000, for instance. Okay, we have this table, but none of our content, in the table there is no border or anything. So how do we go about this? It is very simple and straightforward. So let's get started. Just scroll up, and in your table tag, let's do internal styling. Internal styling means styling your HTML page in the HTML, because we haven't gotten to level of CSS. We have to create an external file to style all these components to make it look beautiful. We had the colors, image, and the way it should respond. So but for now we are working on HTML, and we'll be doing just basic styling so we can understand how this actually works. So okay, let me come up with something. Let's adjust the border, the cell space, and the likes. Okay, so the border, the table should have a border. So we're gonna have something like border. Let me just say the border is 5. You can see that the moment I add 5, you can see what happened to the text. it has changed. So let me just reduce the border to 2, for instance. You can see now. So after that, let's try to let's try to cell padding. So what happened to cell padding? What can I use for my cell padding? Let me use 10. Okay, so let me refresh my web page. You can see now the padding means the space starting from each of these contents. The space between them and the line is what we call padding. So thereafter, what can we see add? We can space this the space between the cells. So let me just say cell spacing. Let me just use 3, for instance. Okay, so let me just use something more visible. You can see the space between the cells are more visible. So you can see, so we have actually, let me open it. Okay, you can see our screen now. So we can see we are good to go. Okay, before we round this up, let us try to put our header tag, our unordered list into HTML table. So how do we do that? All I just have to do is, let me minimize, and okay, so let me go to the unordered list. All we just have to do is, let me create a table. I'm gonna be having a table, and that table will be having a row. There will not be need for table head. So a row. In the row, how many columns do we need? We need 1, 2, 3, 4. So that will be TD. So TD. So TD1. So I'm gonna be TD1 4. So 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna copy the first one here. I'm gonna copy it here. Okay, let me just comment this out. So if you want to comment, just press Ctrl and the / it will comment this out. So it means the code, the Visual Studio Code will not render this as a code. It will render this as, it will not even read it at all. So I have my home here. I have gallery, then I have contacts. Okay, so let me refresh. Now you notice before it was actually in vertical, now they are now in horizontal. Why? Because this is a row. We have actually aligned them in a row. So to automatically adjust your code, you can use Shift Alt F. It will automatically realign your code, so your code will be neater, it will be clean. Shift Alt F. So you can see Shift Alt F. So you can see the keyboard shortcut. Okay, my screen is not capturing the keyboard shortcut. Let me do that. So that's Shift Alt F. So with that, we are good to go. So thank you very much.